How's it going, everybody, and welcome to a brand new discussion. And this time, we are going to be talking about what newcomers that we would like to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which was just announced at E3. Don't ask when the E3... I was going to say don't ask when the E3 reaction video is coming, because that's probably going to take 5 years, and it's probably going to be split into 17 parts, but nonetheless, this is going to be kind of like a top 7 list, sort of. No, it's top 6, technically, because we have 5 newcomers we'd like to see, and then an Echo Fighter pick, so that would be 6, and then we each have honorable mentions, which we're going to get out of the way right now, so... My honorable mention for a newcomer in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate... Oh, hang on. We have to do introductions first. My name's TheJamesRolls.
I don't have a name.
And Pancake Armament.
Apparently, whenever I do these intros, I forget to actually say, you know, do the introduction. Like, hey, this is who we are. Hi, hello, how you doing? If you've subscribed to this channel, you should know by now who we are, right?
True. I just returned not long ago, so you know.
True.
Yeah, and I just subscribed to this channel without knowing who any of you are.
To be honest, I probably wouldn't either. Anyway, so we each have honorable mentions that we'd like to go over. Apparently I'm going first. We didn't really decide who goes after me, but alright, I'm just gonna get it out of the way. My honorable mention for a newcomer in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is Rayman. So... I've been interested in the concept of Rayman and Smash Brothers for a while, but it really kicked up into gear when G.A.M.E made that fake roster selection leak of Rayman being in Smash 4. So that really amped up my, oh my god, Rayman would be so cool in Smash Brothers. But yeah, Rayman's my honorable mention. My other honorable mention that I was thinking of doing, but probably more impossible than Rayman, honestly, would be Shovel Knight, if I had to do a second one, because Shovel Knight's this big indie title, and it's pretty much taken over the indie world by storm, other than Undertale, so, yeah, if I could have 2 that are guarantees, I would put Rayman and Shovel Knight in, but I'm just gonna stick with the Rayman, and... Now I'm gonna let everybody else share theirs.
Would be, I guess, Knuckles, from Sonic the Hedgehog, I guess it would be. Because that was the other one that I mentioned and everything. And, plus I just want to see more maybe Sonic characters, because we only got Sonic so far, so, Knuckles, because Tails is also could be another one, but I would have Knuckles instead of Tails, because Knuckles is better than Tails. But yeah, want more Sonic characters in Smash Brothers, or at least maybe 2 more Sonic characters in Smash. We'll talk about a little bit more later and all that. And if it is Knuckles, I would want the normal Knuckles, the normal design that his original design. I don't want his dumb, stupid, and because that's one of the worst designs I've ever seen. It looks really stupid and all that. If they do Knuckles or whatever, or even Tails, all that, and I think Tails had the same design, but for Knuckles, my honorable mention.
So who's going next after Brandon? Me or Pancake? Okay. So the honorable mention I'm going to go with, I have 2 of them, but I'm going to go with them real quickly. Obviously, I want Lara Croft to be playable, but I think somebody else in this. I won't spoil who, but I think somebody else put her on their list, so we'll talk more about that when we get to that point. But the other honorable mention that I want to go over real quick is that I initially talked about this on Twitter about having a joke character, but the more I think about it, the more I actually think it would be kind of cool. And in the Wii Party games, there's one character named Party Phil, and I think he'd actually be kind of a funny character to have in there, just for the sake of having him. You can attack rolling the dice to give you a chance of having stronger attacks or something like that. It'd be really stupid and silly, but I think that's why it would be funny. But also the fact that I originally listed him as a joke character is the reason why he's not on my proper list. So yeah, and Pancake, it's your turn.
So my honorable mention, I didn't really have one. so I just kind of pulled one off the fly. My honorable mention is Keen Boo. And I just think it would be really interesting to see Keen Boo in Smash Brothers, see how he would play, but I just think it would be interesting with Smash Brothers character because there's really not many Mario characters when I think about it. There's a lot more Fire Emblem with Smash Brothers. Keen Boo has like some power and whatever, but
For what it's worth, earlier, like a while ago when we first were talking about the concept of doing this, you listed Sceptile as an honorable mention, so I just wanted to quickly point that out, but King Boo would be cool too.
Yeah, King Boo would probably actually be a really cool character. Like his Final Smash could be like Boo Lost is Coming or something like that.
Sceptile, I'm sorry for you.
And the robot.
Before we move on to the next characters, I just want to talk a little bit about James and Brandon's characters real quick. Brandon, when you talking about the Sonic Boom design for Knuckles, that reminded me of something funny from the cartoon. There's a character who who's trying to get Knuckles to pay for something, and he's all like, "You're a little short, aren't you, Knuckles?" And then he's all like, "That's not what the fans say."
Nice. Well, I did hear the shows a lot better than the actual games, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
by
it is.
far. By far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's what I heard. Yeah.
And James, I think actually Silverknight may actually have a bit of a higher chance of appearing than Raymond does, because he's been appearing a bit more often in games recently than Raymond has. Now that being said, I think Raymond would be awesome because the way he controls in the Legend and Origin games, he basically is a Smash Bros. Character already.
And Pancake just left. Oh, and he's back.
Shh, you're not supposed to say that, especially because he just came right back.
Sorry.
You ruined the mystique of our recording ways.
You're exposing trade secrets, Brandon. You're fired.
Again.
Again.
Tokyo Mirage Section sucks.
Well, I agree.
Triggered!
Hey, you want to get triggered even more? Earthbound sucks.
Don't you dare finish
That's
that
not
sentence.
funny.
Just
It's not funny.
well, Tomb Raider, before 2013.
We're professionals, aren't we?
My Echo Fighter choice is Rex and Pyra / Mithra. I hope I said that right. Mithra, at least. So, basically, this would mean that Rex and Pyra / Mithra would be an echo of Shulk. And I think... I haven't really played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but, I mean, I've watched, like, Treehouse gameplay and all that stuff from Nintendo when covering, Xenoblade before. And, I mean, they're kind of the same, so it's not like it's much of a stretch. Really, the only thing that's different is, instead of the Buster abilities from Shulk, you're basically using other people that are transformed into swords, so with kind of special powers, just like the Monado arts, so it's not all too different, and I think it could work with Rex and Pyra / Mithra being in the game. So those, they are my honorable mention, and yeah.
I see where you're coming from, James, but the reason why I didn't list him as an Echo Fighter, what was that, Pancake?
I thought this was Echo Fighter, not honorable mention.
You say anything?
Wait, did I say honorable mention at the end instead of Echo Fighter?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, they're my Echo Fighter choice. Carry on.
I was just going to say that I think they have more potential of being the unique fighter than Echo Fighter, but I can see where you're coming from.
Like my Echo Fighter would be Shadow the Hedgehog, which is an Echo Fighter for for Sonic and all that, obviously, because like Shadow the Hedgehog is pretty much Sonic, of Sonic, pretty much, and everything. Like I think he like definitely would have all the same movesets, just and everything. Just Final Smash would be, like super Shadow, which would be like how he was in Sonic Adventure 2. If that even a thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much my Echo Fighter. Just will be the same as Sonic. Just Shadow's Adventure 2, but yeah, he would be this Echo Fighter of Sonic with Super Shadow at the final smash.
I keep forgetting it's my turn after Brandon. It's usually Pancake who goes after him. Yeah, my Echo Fighter would be Agent 8 from Splatoon 2, because this could technically be an alternate costume for the Inkling, but I think Agent 8 has a bit more unique opportunities to be an Echo Fighter than an alternate costume, because she could be using like the Octopus or the Saucer Deco or something like that, and I just think it'd be more of an opportunity to be an Echo Fighter than an alternate costume. And I also really just want to see the Ink Strike as a final smash, because that's one thing that kind of disappointed me about Inkling, is that her final smash is the Killer Whale and not the Ink Strike, but Killer Whale is still pretty cool too. I just want Agent 8 to be playable because Splatoon is awesome.
Okay, so my Echo Fighter is Metal Mario, an Echo Fighter to Mario or Dr. Mario. It could really work for any of them. Metal Mario is just gonna be Mario with the metal plating on. Nothing really different or unique there. I kind of chose them because I was just like, well, when we decided to add Echo Fighters to the list, I kind of just picked the one that just came in my head first, and it just stuck that way. But it would be cool if Metal Mario was an Echo Fighter to Mario or Dr. Mario, because it'd be a good reference to Super Mario 64. And we all know how Nintendo loves that game. And, I just think it would be cool. Or it could be Gold Mario. Whatever,
Pink Gold Mario for Smash.
God, no. You can keep Pink Gold Peach away, too.
Yeah, fuck Gold and Pink Peach. She's an annoying naggy Peach. Like Peach.
I try to turn my mic on every time, like every time I turn my mic off for Mook when Pancake was on to tell him to stop, just because he had to say something. He went back to normal talking.
Alright, so now we're moving on to the actual top 5 that we each picked out. So I was the only one who kept my list a secret from everybody because I wanted their genuine reactions when I shared mine. So I didn't really number them like everybody else, so I guess I'll just start out from the bottom because I think that's everybody else's number 5s. So my number 5, quote-unquote, is a doozy. It is a third-party character, former first-party character, and it is a tandem duo. They are Banjo and Kazooie. So, Banjo and Kazooie, I think, would I was debating whether or not they could be kind of like an Echo Fighter to Duck Hunt, but it wouldn't make sense if they were an Echo Fighter to Duck Hunt. I basically think they would work kind of similarly to Duck Hunt. Kazooie would be able to do all the attacks with pecking and all that kind of stuff, help with the up B to recover. Yeah, so I think they would work kind of like Duck Hunt. Their final smash, honestly, if Microsoft had any type of involvement, they would probably want it to include the cars from Nuts and Bolts, and Banjo and Kazooie would, like, run over people or something. I don't really know. But yeah, my number 5 for newcomers I'd like in Smash Bros. Ultimate is Banjo and Kazooie.
Luigi, from obviously the Mario series and all that. And probably since number 5 is when it kind of was filler spot, because I didn't know what number 5 should be, which I think it was originally going to be Shadow or Knuckle. I think it was originally going to be Shadow, but then we decided to do Echo Fighters, so I picked Waluigi as number 5. 2 reasons. One is the filler, like I mentioned, to just fill up the list. And the second reason was because, like, so many people on Twitter, how they really want Waluigi and, like, posting memes and all that. And that's mainly the reason why I want Waluigi. So that's pretty much just my reason. So there's number 5.
I mean, it's not really a meme anymore when people have threatened Sakurai over it. So I wouldn't say it's a meme anymore. I think it's just full-on harassment at this point.
I feel like people who harass
Just more.
I just feel like those people aren't really fans of the game. You know, they just want to have something to do.
Too, I guess. Some like before all the hate, it's just memes about Waluigi. It was fun, but like after hating, that's pretty bad.
Just for the record, real quick, Cobra, your mic's been cutting out a little bit. Not too severely, but just a little bit sometimes while you're speaking, so yeah, just to let you know. Nothing too serious, but just occasionally for like 5 seconds you usually cut out here or there.
Okay, I guess thanks for telling me then. Hopefully is when he's in the robot
again,
form.
it happened again just as you were talking.
Oh god, this is gonna be interesting to watch.
It's gonna be interesting to edit.
Who says you get to edit this?
Yeah.
I'm the one recording it from my end.
Alright, before I say my character, I just want to talk a little bit about Banjo and Waluigi. Well, more so Banjo, because I think that one is actually a bit more possible than a lot of people believe, because the head of Xbox outright said multiple times that he'd be perfectly fine with Banjo because he'll be appearing in Smash Brothers. And I think if they really want to go hardcore nostalgia, their final Smash could be something like Duck Hunt, where the characters from the N64 era of Rare, like Joanna Dark or Conker, would appear to help Banjo because we finish off their opponent. I think that'd be really cool. But yeah, my number 5 pick will be Spyro the Dragon, and I just really want Spyro and Smash. I'm not entirely sure how they work. They can breathe fire, they can attack with their wings, they can do stuff like that. Their final Smash could be the extra power they get from kissing a fairy or something like that, like in the first game. But I just really want Spyro the Dragon to be playable because Spyro is awesome, and I really want your game to be on a Nintendo Switch. Okay, it's my Kickstarter.
Sub-Zero was one of the characters that I knew before.
Pancake, you're being a robot right now.
Am I being a robot right now?
Yeah.
Oh. Am I done being a robot?
Yes.
Okay. So, like I said, Sub-Zero was one of those characters that I voted for multiple times during the Smash ballot, along with Bayonetta and other characters. Now, people question, a lot of people I told that I voted for Sub-Zero, and people at school mainly, question why I chose him because he's from a rated M game, and my excuse was basically, well, Snake was in Brawl, and now he's in Ultimate. So, they can make Sub-Zero for a rated E to T game if they wanted to. His attacks would basically be his ice attacks from the Mortal Kombat games. I imagine that his final Smash would be freezing everybody and throwing them off the stage. But that's just about it. So anyways, my number 5 is Sub-Zero.
Alright, so now we're going to be moving on to our next picks. So, my next pick is going to be a first-party representative, and it is going to be Helix from ARMS. Now, I was thinking Springman or Ribbon Girl would probably be too basic, so I was thinking it had to be a unique character. So I was thinking of 3. I was thinking of Min Min, Twintel, and Helix. Now, Twintel would be awesome, Min Min would be okay, but I think if they really wanted to go off the wall with an ARMS representative, they'd probably go with Helix. I haven't played too much of ARMS, but I think Helix's moveset would be very similar to how he plays in ARMS. Maybe a couple of differences just to make him... I mean, it's a fighting game, so probably not too many tweaks. Really, they just have to add something for a final Smash, realistically. And with that, they could include multiple ARMS characters to be like a super punch thing with like all of their arms attacking other fighters. So yeah, Helix is my number 4 pick for a newcomer in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I'm really glad you mentioned an ARMS character because I really wanted to include Min Min on my list, but I decided against it. And now that you brought up Helix, that would actually be really cool because the way he stretches would be a really unique jump for the character. And Arms in general would just be a really fun character. They can include anybody in there. They'd be awesome. Like Twin Tail could slow down opponents, similar to Bayonetta or Min Min. They would have a much more powerful block than everybody else because he can kick away attacks or things like that. But yeah, I think pretty much anybody from Arms would be a great character.
My number 4 pick. My number 4 is Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
Woo!
They get to even if it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, like one of the modern models and all that. If they do Lara Croft and everything, the game I even ever played and all that, it's so amazing game. Like I know Gator loves the other older games better, but I'm really big fan of the reboot. 2013 also was 4 years ago about, I guess. And also like part of the reason it's number 3. Not number 3, number 4. Sorry, this is number 4. Part of the reason it's not number 5 or honorable mentions because like it's a character I really want for Smash Brothers and all. Like how number 5 really wasn't really a character, and Knuckles was kind of just honorable mention because just honorable mention. Shadow the Hedgehog would be higher than Waluigi if it wasn't for being an Echo Fighter and all that and everything. So, but Lara Croft is like a character I really want and everything, and plus, like Lady Gear, to you, I know he mentioned that has been on the Nintendo console before with like the Legends trilogy and all that. So even though we haven't seen Lara Croft on Nintendo console since then, you never know. And also love to see her use the bow and arrow, flame bow and arrows in there. To like the thing about the reboot is like the bow and arrow is like the most useful weapon in the game, and pretty much like I would totally play just one playthrough with it the whole time without the other weapon because it's so useful and so fun to play with the bow and arrow in that game and everything. Like most of the time I just play with the bow and arrow anyway, which occasionally I do other weapons, but the bow and arrow is like the most useful in the game. So yeah, so I would love to see maybe somehow I incorporated the bow and arrow in Smash, which I'm wondering if they could like maybe add a new fighter type maybe. Like so it can have like more variety of characters and all of that kind of like have like certain weapons or something. Probably maybe just one for now, maybe just one. But that'd be cool to see maybe a different type of fighter compared to like the normal set you have and everything. Just so maybe that probably could allow to have more variety of characters. You never know, maybe or whatever. But yeah, Lara Croft is like one of those characters I would really love.
I totally agree. I really would love to see Lara Croft playable in Smash Brothers because she's my favorite female video game character ever, and she's my waifu, and Tomb Raider is awesome. Personally speaking, I'd probably prefer her Legend appearance to be the default costume for her, mostly because those are my favorite games in the series, and also because those are the games that have the strongest connection to Nintendo. And it's not uncommon for them to do that. Snake and Brawl used his Metal Gear Solid 2 version rather than his Metal Gear Solid 4. When he first appeared in the series, so they could do something like that with Lara Croft. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Hang on before you get to your next pick. I'd honestly rather have Sans from Undertale in Smash than Lara Croft, but that's just me.
Sans would be pretty cool too. But you know what? What would be awesome? If Lara Croft did appear in Smash Brothers, then that would mean 3 of the biggest PlayStation 1 exclusive games their characters appearing in Smash Brothers, because having Lara Croft, Cloud, and Snake appearing in the same game would be mind-blowing.
That would be, along with Crash or Spyro.
Oh my god. Please let that happen.
Imagine if all 3 of them somehow were in there too. Like Lara Croft, Spyro, and Crash. Like, mainly, and for the reason the other 2, Crash and Spyro, are hard because, like, well, Crash is...
Are you spoiling your list?
I'm gonna talk about that later, but yeah, I kind of want to, like, for me, I kind of want to see like the modern Laura, but like I can see why you want Legends, and like you said, they have done Zelda and Ganon in Smash Brothers, while Link uses Breath of the Wild
if they did use a modern version, they'd probably use the Shadow of the Tomb Raider version because I think the Tomb Raider 2013 version would probably be a little bit too bloody because it's an M-rated for a reason.
Well, so this coming up one is gonna be rated M, and
yeah, but Tomb Raider 2013, he has a freaking he got freaking stabbed in the gut early in the game, and
yeah. I mean,
well, anyway.
they're supposed to is more mature than the previous two. Them doing some like the original model, like maybe like having it like maybe have like original costume or whatever. That'd be cool to see.
We could probably go back and forth about this for a long time, but we should probably move on.
Anniversary of it. But I guess that should be all I'll say. That I would either like to see the model. I actually would rather have it be an anniversary model than the original one. If they did with the original model, though, I would actually see that.
All right, so I'm going to move on with my number 4 choice. I think Brendan might still be talking, but I can't tell because the thing keeps cutting out. But anyway, my number 4 choice is going to be a very unpopular opinion, and I know at least one of you, one of the people recording with me, does not like this game at all. I love this game, and I think there's a lot of opportunity with this one. So just hear me out on this one. I really want to see Tsubasa from Tokyo Mirage Sessions playable, because we have not seen a single spear user in Super Smash Bros. And Tsubasa would probably have the most opportunity of all these spear users out there. Like, Waddle Dee would probably be cool, but he only reads a spear, and Crystal is already confirmed to be an assist trophy in the game. And Tsubasa, she's a healer in her game, and we haven't really had a healer either in those games, so her moveset could be based off using her different magic abilities, such as healing to protect herself, and so you could also use her spear for long-distance attacks that may be more powerful at when she's further away, like Marth or something like that. And she has a lot of potential, and I just really want to see some kind of Tokyo Mirage Sessions representative. Even if we don't get anything but music, that'd be perfectly fine, because Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I strongly believe, has one of the best soundtracks in any RPG that I've ever played. Except for Earthbound and Xenoblade for obvious reasons, but I really want to see Tsubasa playable, and I could totally see what her final smash would be, where she can use like an ad-lib performance to trap everybody onto a musical stage, and like she and a couple other characters from the game could perform songs, something like that, like Reincarnation or Feel or something, and it would just be awesome. And she has a lot of potential for alternate costumes as well, because there's a lot of really great costumes in that game as well, and I think it's going to be really awesome. And I know I've said that plenty times before, and I'm probably going to get really repetitious right now. And I know that you guys are going to say this is a terrible idea. I'm already predicting that Pancake is going to say, "Oh, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a terrible game. You suck, Lady Gear. You get off this channel." But I just want Tokyo Mirage Sessions in some form in Smash Brothers. I'm done. Pancake, it's your turn.
Okay, but real quick, I really don't understand your obsession with Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Maybe whenever you do a Let's Play of that game and I watch it, maybe I'll understand. But yeah, okay, Pancake, now it's your turn.
I've only said the game's bad. I never said that if a character appeared as a fighter, that they would be bad. Gator, I've only said the game was bad. If any character appeared as a fighter, I'd be totally okay with that. I'd still never play the game. You can understand that, right?
Okay, I can agree with you on that.
I only said Robot.
Now you're good.
Hello? Okay. It's Banjo for Banjo-Kazooie. It was mentioned before, but I just think Banjo would be really cool to have in Smash Brothers. I've heard he was originally going to be in Super Smash Bros. For the N64, but he was, not added because, reasons, I don't really know. Reasons, technical or whatever, or maybe StarCraft didn't want to put him in the game at that time, or something, but I just think it would be really cool to have Banjo in the game, especially after this long. I don't think he's that he wants Banjo in the game, so maybe this is Banjo's chance. Now, I think his final smash would be grabbing the Rare logo and just hitting everybody over the head with it, because I just think that would be really funny.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That actually would be pretty funny.
So, yeah, that's my number 4.
Not where we at.
We're about to head into our number 3s. All right.
Okay, I made it back before we started number 3, good.
Well, I mean, I still had to talk about my number 3, so you were in the clear no matter what.
Well, everything, so I see that on the list with his 5 and everything that he posted.
All right. So moving on to number 3s. So my number 3, we're gonna stick with the first party theming. I guess you can consider this first party at this point. So my next newcomer idea would be for a Pokemon. Now, I was debating whether or not they could maybe do what Sakurai did with before X and Y and add Greninja just based off some simple notes he got from the Game Freak team. But I think it would be better if they just straight up added this representative. Now, it might be wishful thinking considering Pokemon Trainer is back, which means grass and water types have other reps, but I mean, there is Greninja, so they could add another fire or grass type. But my idea was to add Decidueye, the final evolution of Rowlet from Pokemon Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, as a new Pokemon fighter. If you've seen Decidueye in Pokken Tournament, he'd pretty much work the same as that. His final smash could be a much more grander version of his signature move Spirit Shackle. It could work like that. Or his Z move, it'd probably be his Z move. So, Sinister Arrow Raid. So, yeah, Decidueye, I think, would be a pretty cool addition. The only thing that would probably suck is he wouldn't be too speedy, just like in the actual games themselves. But yeah, I think if they were gonna add another Pokemon rep, I would probably choose Decidueye over any of the other starters. Unless they're really cool Generation 8 starters, but unless they did it again, if they did what they did with Greninja and before Smash, 3DS, and Wii U, then I don't really see it happening. So I'm just gonna go with Decidueye as my Pokemon rep idea.
My number 3 is Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and part of the reason I picked, and unlike my Laura Croft, which I was number 4, the reason that it's number 3 is because I believe that Sora is more likely to come to Smash Brothers than Laura Croft is. I mean, I know Laura Croft had a game in the past on the Nintendo console, as well as Sora with on Dream Drop Distance 3D. Was also actually that game also was ported to Kingdom Hearts 1 port. I think one of the remixes, but that's not on Nintendo. So, but yeah, like put Sora, I really want, and Sora. The thing is, I think Sora would be like how Cloud appeared in Smash Brothers. Cloud was in Final Fantasy VII, which I guess Final Fantasy originally started on Nintendo. I think it did. Yeah, but and also like I said, Cloud was also in Kingdom Hearts. Cloud was also in the original Kingdom Hearts games. At least I know in the original game, the first game, there's a scene with him in it and everything. So that could also maybe part of the reason why Sora can come to Kingdom Hearts and everything. No, Sora is in Kingdom Hearts. I meant Sora can come to Smash Brothers. Yeah, everything.
Your microphone's doing something really crazy right now. It was completely mumbled. I went to go to the bathroom and I just came back to hear that. How long was that going on?
It was going on for a few seconds, but we could hear the rest of what he was saying, so you could probably just edit your way around those glitches.
Okay.
At least it's not cutting out.
Yeah, I'd rather
This is that
than cutting out. All right. Repeat maybe your last sentence and a half. Continue.
But yeah, I was something about Kingdom Hearts or Sora. But I think I was mentioning about like how like why he's gonna be in Kingdom Hearts and all that. How about he's and everything. Just that how Cloud was in Smash, not Smash Brothers. So like I think Sora could be because Cloud was in the original Kingdom Hearts game and all that. So and like I said, his he would use the Keyblade and everything. And what else would be a cool feature is maybe having like the different maps. Just keep like maybe having him being like Keyblade or something like that. Be something with the different maps or whatever or something like that. Because I know like he changes like form in, like different worlds in Kingdom Hearts. Maybe they have like something. Maybe not with him, but like, maybe with the Keyblade, maybe or something like that. Change forms or something like that. I really haven't played that much Kingdom Hearts. It just seemed like mainly that in trailers, which I guess I played a little bit of the original Kingdom Hearts a little bit, and I guess also like well last time I really played Kingdom Hearts by quite a bit was like 10+ years ago. So, which I've been wanting to play the Kingdom Hearts series again and everything because it's been so long and I barely remember anything from it. So yeah. And uh, Lara Croft, being plus it kind of, I think it would be about having if the, like I said, like Gator said, if like having to have the more modern, more mature and rated and bloody and all that. So like, I guess I can see that could be also be a reason why maybe Sora's higher maybe. So, but.
Yeah, I think Sora would be a pretty cool character, and it would be funny to see him and Cloud both in Smash Brothers, considering they fight each other in Kingdom Hearts games. We're on number 3, right?
Yes, we're on number 3.
We are
Okay.
Okay.
I was worried that it cut out for a moment. But yeah, my number 3 pick is, like James, a Pokemon character. But I think this one would be kind of breaking traditions of Pokemon and Smash Brothers a little bit, because the character that I want to see is Eevee. And the reason why is, first of all, Eevee is my favorite Pokemon ever, and they're adorable and things like that. But I think Eevee would be a really great opportunity to introduce multiple different types of Pokemon types in the game without having too many Pokemon characters. Because I think some of the Pokemon types we still haven't seen in the Smash Brothers fighter yet. Like you have Pikachu for electric type and Charizard for fire and all that good stuff. But I think Eevee's different evolutions would be pretty a good chance to introduce some more types into the Smash Brothers. I'm not entirely sure what Eevee's final Smash could be. Like I don't know, maybe all the different evolutions appear on screen and do like one big giant Mega Man like Final Smash or something like that. I'm not entirely sure about that. But the big reason why I think Eevee has a lot of potential to be in the game is because Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu comes out at the end of the year. So I think that would be a really great way to tie the games into one another, if that's the proper term. I don't know. I'm tired. Okay, go on before I start mumbling again.
Actually, I would like to say something about like Pokemon with it. Well, like Eevee, I mean, I don't know if I want Eevee really that much, but a Pokemon I would love to see on Smash Brothers would be Blaziken, because I know we already had like Charizard and all that, but like thing is like Blaziken's also one of my favorite Pokemon anything. So, and also it's a fighting type, so like it's a good Pokemon to have for a fighting game and everything. So like that's mainly the reason why I want Blaziken, because I like Blaziken's a really cool Pokemon and it's a fighting type. We already have Charizard and all, even though that's technically being moved to Pokemon Trainers. So I mean, getting Pichu back, but that's all.
Real quick, I'd like any Pokemon in the game as long as it's not Trico, because Trico is weird. If you pick Trico, you're weird.
So you're saying you'd rather...
I don't know why you like Trico. I don't know why you don't like Trico. So
So you're saying you'd rather have Magikarp than Trico? Is that what you're saying, James?
Yeah.
Yes, Magikarp is the next Pokemon character from Smash. You hear it here first on Game.
Every Pokemon's better than Trico. Trico's weird.
I don't want to be your master.
Magikarp's final smash could be the what? Not struggle, but like was not tackle, not splash, but the other move that he gets like at like the final level of Magikarp before he evolves, or like I think starts with the F.
No, like Magikarp's final smash would be somebody kicks it and it evolves into Gyarados, and
like how James did in the anime.
Yep.
James was in an anime? James,
not the JamesRolls, but like the character James from Team Rocket.
I don't watch mangas and I don't read anime.
Whoa.
because he is anime. Okay, Pancake, it's your turn.
He is anime.
Yeah.
The JamesRolls for Smash Brothers.
Anyways, all your number threes are pretty good. My number three is a Sonic character, Blaze the Cat from the Sonic series. My reason for this is because the first ever Sonic game I ever played was Sonic Rush for the Nintendo DS, and Blaze the Cat was one of the title characters in that game, and I feel like Blaze's moveset could be totally different from Sonic's. Like, she can use her fire ability and all that. I feel like her final smash would be her Super Sonic whatever from, the games, but like whatever. I feel like she could be a totally different character from Sonic, use her fire ability. And it would be cool to see another Sonic character besides Sonic in the video game because it just
it would be.
Yeah, it would be really cool. And there's so much potential for characters like Blaze and Knuckles, it's just, hard to not imagine them in Smash Brothers. But, I would be okay if Silver was in Smash Brothers too, but Blaze is my number 3 pick.
I would like I don't know if I would want Blaze, but at least like that's better than I guess having Echo Fire of Sonic, I guess. So at least with that, it's not an Echo Fighter. So.
All right, I think we're ready to move on to our number 2s. So, my number 2 is a third-party character of sorts, although their next game is going to be exclusively on the Nintendo Switch, so maybe become a first-party character at some point in the future, maybe? I don't know. I mean, Bayonetta is pretty much a first-party character at this point now. So, my number 2 is Travis Touchdown from the No More Heroes games. I think Travis Touchdown would be really, really cool in Smash. It would give us kind of like our first actual human, if you don't consider Captain Falcon, because is Captain Falcon even 100% human? I don't know. And then there's Ganondorf, who's kind of human. But
Captain Falcon is an attack helicopter.
Yes. All right. So Travis Touchdown.
I think Falcon's more like a bird. Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, Travis Touchdown I think would be really cool, just to get another third-party-ish type rep in there. And I think the hack and slash ability would be really cool. Like, not exactly hack and slash like sword fighters, but a different type of hack and slash. So my number 2 would be Travis Touchdown from No More Heroes.
He would be an interesting character, but I think he'd be more appropriate for an assist trophy than an actual fighter.
My number 2? Yeah, number 2 would be Spyro the Dragon from Spyro the Dragon.
Woo!
Yeah. And obviously it's gonna be Spyro the Dragon design, not this stupid Skylanders that no one plays. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah, I'll definitely have Spyro the Dragon, obviously, and everything. And probably the reason it's higher than the other ones is because there's a great game and everything. And part of the reason it's my number 2 is 1, Spyro would be awesome, and 2 is Crash is coming to the Nintendo Switch with the Insane Trilogy. So like, I'm hopefully kind of like expecting it, but it may not come. So that's the reason why this is number 2. That the Dragon trilogy that's on PS4, that's coming out soon on PS4, is going to come out for the Nintendo Switch as well. So like, and if that happens, I want Spyro and Smash Bros. That'd be awesome. Like what I do find it interesting how neither Spyro or Crash All Stars game with a bunch of the Sony characters Smash Brothers version, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Why wouldn't you have the 2 biggest mascots on the PS1 PlayStation version of Smash Brothers? Like, I mean, I guess they did have all 3 PS2 mascots, but they didn't have either of the PS1 mascots. It's really weird. But anyway, enough aside, like, Spyro the Dragon would be awesome. Like, obviously would, use its flame breath and everything to attack and everything, and obviously its tail and everything. It may have it able to, like, glide and everything, and all that, and just care to have Spyro. And obviously it would be the Spyro trilogy.
Jason, what the hell?
Make or it'd be that design of Spyro and all that. So like obviously not old design because like that's PS1. That's pretty old and everything. And obviously not Skylanders because Skylanders is trash. Character trash in that game. And I'm guaranteed Spyro was only in that game because at the time, everyone knew Spyro. Of course, kids did not know who Spyro was, and only knows Spyro from Skylanders, which is kind of sad. Which I don't think they were trying to do that. At least Spyro's are coming back with a trilogy that's for, but I want it to come to the Switch so I can play it and everything because I don't have a PS4, so. Love to have it come to the Switch and everything, even though there hasn't been a Spyro game. The thing is also Spyro the Dragon is currently owned by Activision, which also owns the Crash the Insane trilogy. So maybe my hopes will come, because that's like one of the most hopeful games I want on the Switch and everything, or ports of a game that I want on the Switch and everything like that. That would be. Happens and everything, so
Whenever that appears, I keep thinking that whenever that appears, I keep thinking of that scene in Man of Steel when the alien kryptonite people start invading the TVs or whatever, and just that sound effect. Yeah, I guess I'll move on to my next choice if you're done, Brendan.
Yeah, yep.
Before I move on, I just want to say something that's pretty funny about Spyro. I saw something on Twitter about this one person thinking that Spyro the Dragon would make an awesome Echo Fighter for Ridley. But my next choice, my number 2, this was, I believe, James' choice for the Echo Fighter. My number 2 choice would be Rex and Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And while I could see them being an Echo Fighter for Shulk, I think they have a bit more. I think they have a couple more things that make them a more of a unique fighter. Because the whole thing with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is that Rex has to be close to Pyra for his attacks to really be powerful, and also his arts like Anchor Shot and things like that. They're a bit different than how Shulk's moves work. And also Rex doesn't have any form of a counterattack or anything like that, so you also wouldn't be able to use that as well. And also, I think it'd be really cool if you had both Pyra and Mythra there as well, because like both of them, it could be like Pokemon Trainer, where like Rex's base attacks like Smash and Aerials and things like that would be the same between both of them, but his special moves would change between Pyra and Mythra, and I think they'd be a really cool fighter. And I mostly want them to be playable in the game. One, because it'd be cool, and 2, I really want to see what they can do with the Xenoblade 2 stage, because oh my god, that game is like the most gorgeous game on Nintendo Switch right now.
I really can't see any Xenoblade character really being its own character except for an Echo Fighter for Shulk. But that's just my opinion. Sorry, but I just really can't see the characters being anything other than Echo characters.
Have you played Xenoblade 2?
Nope.
Okay,
I
I won't
will.
judge. I won't
I
judge.
mean, I haven't played either, but it does seem like that the Xenoblade characters can be like, Echo Fighter of Shulk, or even Echo Fighter of the Fire Emblem characters, just because it seems like their playstyle is kind of the same. Maybe probably more like Shulk than
I could go into more detail about how I think they could be more unique, but I don't want this video to go on for too long. And if you want a really unique character, you'd probably have like Ricky from the first game playable, and he'd be overpowered to kill everybody in one hit.
You don't want a 5-hour discussion of to you explaining why Xenoblade Chronicle characters can be their own character.
5 is being generous. He could probably do it for like 20.
Yeah, let's move on. Pancake, what's your number 2?
Alright, let me just say one thing. Ricky, legendary hero pun / Anyways.
Yeah.
My number two is Chibi Tarasu from Kamida. Originally was gonna be my number one, but I changed that. Chibi Tarasu.
Oh, can't hear you, Pancake.
Pancake, come back. You can blame it all on Gator.
Yeah, you could blame it all on what?
Nice.
Okay, Chibi Tarasu is just such a character with so much potential. I just really want to see the character in Smash. His final Smash could be similar to Amaterasu's level 1 super move from Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom Free. I don't know if any of you played that game, but it was just like a really powerful attack or something. But yeah, Chibi Tarasu for Smash. Bye, Stan.
Alright, so why did you choose Chibi Tarasu instead of Amaterasu?
Are you gonna make him repeat it again?
Yes.
I don't even know what he even said besides the character name.
So I chose Chibi Tarasu mainly because Amaterasu is playable in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom Free, and I really think Chibi Tarasu should be playable in at least one fighting game no matter what. And another reason is because I'm going to be able to play the game pretty soon.
Either Chibi Tarasu or Amaterasu, I think they'd both be really awesome. And if either of them do appear in the game, I really want their counterattack to be just what is like Kami, because that is the coolest thing ever. Like, they block their enemy attack with their shield, and then they jump and slam them on the ground. Because that'd be the coolest animation ever.
Your phone is dying!
Oh,
Alright, double time, James, double time.
I've been telling you this since...
Quick!
You've made me stay up 30 minutes past when I wanted to go to bed. Anyway, alright. My number one is a first-party character. It is the meme of all memes from Nintendo. It's Chibi Robo. So I think Chibi Robo would be, funnily, fittingly enough, good for Smash Bros. Heck, his final Smash could be like my profile picture on Discord, Chibi Robo on Fire, that infamous meme before the Nintendo Direct Mini in January. So yeah, I think Chibi Robo, using his cord as a whip, of course, and everything like that, would be pretty cool. He could be kind of like a long distance fighter, kind of like how Duck Hunt has the 8-bit Western guys and can throw the disc and shoot that way. I think Chibi Robo would be a longer distance fighter, and yeah, Chibi Robo is my number one choice for the memes, of course. Not the memes like Waluigi. The Chibi Robo memes are far better than the Waluigi memes.
Chibi Robo would actually be really unique, because the whole thing with this game is that he runs out of power and he has to find a power outlet to charge himself. And that could work something like Inklings, where your attacks.
Oh, now you're cutting out. Discord, what's going on?
Clever, hurry up, say number two, hurry!
Okay.
Say number one, hurry!
Let me out, but hurry. Holy Pancake. Wait a minute, okay, my number one, higher than James' number one with the memes and all that. But number one is Sakurai, the creator of Smash. I'm kidding, it's not Sakurai, the creator of Smash Brothers, but that'd be really interesting to see. But wait a minute, my real number one is Crash Bandicoot from Crash Bandicoot. And part of the reason I want him to be number one is just he's the mascot of Sony and all that. It'd be awesome to see him in Smash Brothers, and also he is his games coming out to the Nintendo Switch, like the Insane Trilogy and all that, and like Crash would be perfect for Smash Brothers and all that. Like he would be awesome and everything. Like I'd love to see Crash to come and everything, and also love it. Also, Crash is just well, he was the mascot of I guess Sony during PS1.
Mike's doing the thing again.
Great. But anyway, yeah, like Crash, I really want for the Switch. Like, and I love to see his like move set with. I know, like, I don't want him being like with the moveset with Crash 1 moveset because he was really limited. Which I still need to play Crash 2 and 3, but I played a tiny bit of 1. And I played Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, but once I get in the same tools, I can play all 3 and all that. So I'll see what move. And I know, like, in Wrath of Cortex, I know he was able to crouch and everything and do thing and everything across the green TNT boxes or whatever they call that explode that instantly kill you. Would do that and so I would like to see like the tiptoeing, the spin attack, the crouch down, sneaking below and everything. The when he jumps, his two legs, like not cross, but I guess like he's doing the jumps and you see his two legs go opposite directions or whatever. That I get to see that and everything, and then just the grand slam. He how Mario does the ground pound. So there's like a move thing where he does like doing that and everything. He also has the body slam where he does his whole body. At least this is how I'm in Crash 4. So I would love to see all that and everything. I know they have it limited in the first game because it was the first Crash game, so they didn't have all the different moves. So I'd love to see maybe those different moves that he had in Crash 4. I don't know what his final smash. Maybe his final smash could be one of the vehicles or whatever that he one of the vehicles or whatever. Like I think Crash 3, and which they did have a lot of them in Crash 4, but. 3, how to play Crash 2 or 3 but I'm looking forward to it when the Insane Trilogy comes out on the Switch in like 8 days. It's awesome. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get it on day 1 when it comes out. I haven't pre-ordered yet, but I'm still gonna get it. Try to get it. Even if I don't pre-order, I'm still gonna try to get it on that day, which I mean,
if Cross and Spiral do appear in the game, and we have a video game where Mario, Pac-Man, Mega Man, Sonic, Crash, and Banjo all appear in the same game, I don't think they could do anything to top that ever.
Master Chief for Smash Brothers.
Oh dear God. Yeah, my number 1 pick is completely waifu biased, but my number 1 pick is Lana from Hyrule Warriors. She is adorable, and I really love her attacks in Hyrule Warriors. How she uses the spell book to summon different spells, like using a giant cube to crush everything, and I think Lana would be a really cool fighter in the game. Probably not likely though, because I don't think they're really going to have any kind of character from Hyrule Warriors in the game. Maybe she'll be a trophy or something like that, but I don't think she'll be a character. But I still really want it because it's completely waifu bias. But yeah, that's basically my pick for my number 1 pick. So Becky, it's your turn.
Okay. You guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Alright, good. Okay, so my number 1 is probably the most likely character to get in the Smash out of any of the other characters said on this list. My number 1 is Shantae from the Shantae series. Can I express how much I love this series? I love this series. I've tweeted about the series a lot. Mainly Half Genie Hero because it's now my favorite game on the Switch. This Shantae would be so fitting for Smash Brothers. Like, she has a wide variety of moves that you can really take. Like, you can take her weapons that she used in Pirate's Curse or her magic abilities that she used in all your other games. And it's like, this character just fits in Smash Brothers so much. And it's just a wonder why she wasn't added in Smash yet. Why she wasn't DLC in Smash 4 is beyond me. She should have been. And it's like, there's so many alternate costumes you can put in for this character, and it's like this character just fits in the game, just entirely. And I just can't express how much I want Shantae in this Smash Bros. Game. And if she's in it, I will praise the game even more than what I'm already praising the game as it is, because it's the ultimate Smash Bros. It is really the ultimate Smash Bros. And it would be even more ultimate if this character or any other character that we ever mentioned in this list was in the game. And that's really, it's just the reason that she fits so well in Smash Bros. Is the number one reason why she's number one on my list.
It's the ultimate showdown. It's the ultimate Smash Brothers.
It's the final Smashdown.
Two things I want to say about Shantae real quick. First of all, out of all the indie characters out there, she probably has the highest chance of all of them to appear in Smash Brothers, even more so than Shovel Knight or the guy from Minecraft or anything like that. Because Shantae has been with Nintendo system since the Game Boy, which is a really long time back. And second thing, Pancake, is this waifu bias that you choosing Shantae for Smash?
What's waifu bias?
Okay, never mind. Let's do the outro.
Oh, I don't know that we do outros for that. I thought we just end it right here.
So that's gonna do it for this newcomers we'd like to see in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate discussion video. This Discord was such a disaster all night long.
Next week join us next week for the top 5 from Smash Brothers. Next week.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, let's do top 10.
No. I've
Top
been
30.
TheJamesRolls. Good night, everybody.
I'm going to guarantee you.
I'm the best Green Cobras gaming out there, also known as Cobra. I'm a lot better than this Gator over here.
Wait, there's more than one Green Cobras gaming in the world?
According to me.
Mind blown.
I'm everywhere.
That's creepy.
That's not creepy.
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
The process is awesome.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No.
Toggle March sessions be part of the Switch because everyone wants that, especially Pancake. Bye.
Gross.
I'm Green Coast Gaming.
And
Hey,
I will see you next time.
Do you remember that one time that we had a normal outro, but it never happened again?